Crypto analyst CoinLedger just came out to say that they believe that Bitcoin's price could reach $360,000 1 year after its 2024 halving, based on an analysis of price movements following previous halving events. And in today's video, I want to kind of talk a little bit about this, my thoughts about it, do I agree with it, do I not agree with it, and much more. So with that said, let's not waste any more time, and let's get straight into it. So this is an interesting statement, okay? $360,000. Now, the first question that you're probably going to have is it possible? That's maybe all you want to know. Is it possible? And I will say, yes, it's possible. Tyler, why is it possible? The reason that I think it's possible that Bitcoin could hit $360,000 within the next 13 to 24 months is quite simply because of the buying pressure coming from ETFs. I mean, we talked about it in yesterday's video, the fact that whales were still accumulating billions of dollars of crypto every single week. And eventually, I think we're going to see GBTC slowly run out of Bitcoin to sell. And once that happens, we're not going to see $1 billion a week of sell pressure. And just think about what that could do. That is for sure suppressing the price. And if it stops suppressing the price, who realistically knows how far this thing could go? And so, yes, I do believe from a fundamental perspective, I guess, or standpoint, it is possible that that happens. But do I think that's going to happen? Personally, I don't. And I know some of you are going to say, Tyler, don't be bullish. Don't be bearish. This is FUD. But I don't care what you say. Okay, I don't think we're going to see $360,000 by next May. And I think all of these posts that are coming out with these outlandish price predictions that are just really far, extremely far and a little bit unrealistic, at least within the span of 1 year, are going to be the reason why a lot of people do lose a lot of money. It's kind of like the opposite of what we saw in the bear market. You guys know through 2021, the end of 2021 when things first started to pull back, into 2022 where it got really ugly, in 2023 where it was kind of like 50-50, a lot of the times we would see these dumps and these pullbacks. And I was sitting here telling you guys, look, we're getting a ton of bad news. Everyone's giving their price prediction to the downside. Everybody's saying Bitcoin's going to go to $8,000. Everybody's saying that Ethereum's going to $500. Everyone was giving these price predictions that were so outlandish and so far away. And I was saying it's going to be the reason people miss the bottom. I said people are going to miss the bottom because they're not going to be buying expecting the price to go lower and lower, and it may never happen. And if that never happens and the price turns around and goes the other direction, it's going to be max pain because so many people are going to have missed out. And I believe what we're seeing in crypto right now is that exact thing happening in the opposite direction now. People giving these $350, $500, $1 million price predictions for Bitcoin are going to be the reasons that I believe people are going to miss the top. People aren't going to be taking profits because they're going to expect it to go higher. People aren't going to be, closing down positions because they think they can get more gains. They're going to get more greedy. They're going to go in with more leverage. And when that bear market starts, it's going to be max pain because people were expecting it to go higher and now they're bag holding, losing a ton of the profits that they worked so hard for during the bull run. And so in my opinion, what we're seeing right now is the preparation for that, and it's already happening. We're seeing so many leverage long trades already entering the market. And do I think this thing still has a lot of room to run? Yes. Do I think we're near the top of the market right now? No. Do I think this is going to continue to go upwards? Absolutely. But it doesn't change the fact that you should have a strategy already implemented and in place for when the time does come that you want to start taking profits, right? If you're just saying, oh, well, Bitcoin can reach 360K, well, I'll just sell some by then. That's not thought enough. That's not thorough enough. You haven't put enough thought into, okay, when am I going to start to get out of this market? It's just like in the bear market when prices were falling and falling and falling. If you say, well, I'll just buy some Bitcoin at 8K, you never bought any. You need to say, okay, every time Bitcoin falls 5K, I'm going to buy a little bit more, and I'm going to buy a little bit more. Or every Wednesday, I'm going to buy a little bit more, or I'm going to buy a little bit more. Or you have an indicator used. When that flashes, I'm going to buy some. Whatever it may be, you need to have that strategy in place. And I think it's time to already start thinking of when are you going to start taking profits out of crypto, especially if you're up 5x, 10x on something that's in the top 50 or in the top 100, if that makes sense. Now, there's a bunch of ways you can go about it, right? For example, some people are just saying, okay, once Bitcoin does clear its all-time high, which it did, I'm going to start taking profits every week. I'm going to close down 2% of my position every single week, no matter what Bitcoin's price is doing, as long as it's above the all-time high. I love that. Some people are saying, okay, every time Bitcoin goes up $5,000, I'm going to sell 3% of my portfolio or 4% of my portfolio. I absolutely love that. Personally, you guys know I use my DCA minus feature from HillGrowth. You guys know I designed HillGrowth because I don't have time at all to trade really anymore that I'm running the company, and I needed something to tell me good times to dollar cost average into the market and to take profit out the market. And so what I personally am going to start doing is, now that we have seen Bitcoin clear its all-time high, anytime we get the weekly DCA minus feature, which says take profits, I'm going to just take out 1 to 3% of my Bitcoin position, and I'm just going to slowly take some profits off of it. And so no matter what happens here, even in a situation in which the market does pull back, I have been locking in some of the profits I worked so hard for. And I don't care if this market continues upwards. I don't care if it goes all the way up to $100,000. That's not the point. My point isn't to try to sell at the top, because I will never be able to time it. My whole point is to be able to take profits along the way so that when the top does get put in, I've gotten out at some beautiful times. Just like back in 2021, look at this. Just getting out at these beautiful times on a rather consistent base every couple weeks, just taking a little bit of profit, because there's no way I could have timed this top. But eventually it did fall. And all of these moments that I took profits right here eventually became some absolutely phenomenal times I've taken profit. And so because of that, like I mentioned before, that's my own personal strategy. If you want to do that, you can go ahead and do that. You can get 20% off on HG Algo with the link down in the description below. But I'm just using this as as an example of me saying you just need to have a strategy implemented already, and you need not get swayed by these crazy ass price predictions that are going to make you think, oh, well, I'll just sell Bitcoin at 360K, or I'll sell it at 330K, a little bit under the top, because there's no way that me or them or anyone knows to what point Bitcoin's going to go to before this cycle is over. Okay. And so have you a strategy in place and try not to fall into this, just like we didn't fall into it during the bear market. Now, I did want to also let you guys know, if you do want to trade Bitcoin yourself, you can use my link to Margex down below. It's the best trading platform in the world right now, in my opinion. You don't need a KYC, meaning you don't need to give them your personal information. You don't need a VPN from anywhere in the world. You just deposit funds, start trading. You have all the tools that you need, and you will get a couple hundreds deposit bonus if you do use the link in the description below. I genuinely think you're wasting your time on any other platform, so go check out, again, Margex down there. But overall, I just wanted to give you this warning, man, because this is my third-ish cycle now, and I've seen this play out every single time. People falling into the trap of expecting prices to go higher because these price predictions get more and more outlandish the further into this market we go. So make sure you're prepared, make sure you're ready, don't fall into the trap. Just get everything organized, get you an exit strategy put together. If you want, I can make a video on my current personal exit strategy a little bit more. Just let me know. I have no problem doing that at all. Again, I just need to let me know down in the comments below. But overall, if you did enjoy today's video, of course, please make sure you let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I will see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.